welcome to the live chat. I'm Heather, and I have my good friend Alana, who's going to join us this time. We decided we have a lot of questions that come out about airbrushing, and is it good for African American skin, all skin types. So she's going to be my proof today, and she's going to airbrush along with me. And so I will tell you, she's a little nervous. So I want you all to welcome her. I could talk to myself in a brick wall for 3 hours. Alana, on the other hand, might not be able to do that, but I do want you to welcome her. So everybody say, hi, Alana, and let us know where you're from. We would love to hear where you're from. So I'm gonna let her go off, and she is going to take off her makeup, because I just do it on camera, but I'm gonna let her do it off camera so she's sees what she's doing, basically. And then I'm gonna bring her back on when we get to airbrushing.
And I'll be only taking off my foundation.
Yes, we're only going to take off, she's going to leave on eyes and lips. So
okay, be right
just
back.
a foundation. All right, so a couple of things that we're going to get started, just what we normally do as far as this is a live chat. So we want you to chat with us. And just like I'm pulling Alana in here, we change things up to whatever you guys want it to be. So whatever you want to see, that's what we will do. So if there's something you want to see, chat with us. If you're on Facebook Live, you can just message us. We have some amazing people behind the scenes, Lauren and Shannon, who are answering the questions for us. So we do want, they're going to feed me the questions, but we will answer every single question that comes in. And then every week, we also do a drawing. So we do a giveaway for a $100 gift card and 3 $25 gift cards. So if you want to make sure that you enter for those. If you're on our website, you can just enter the information below. And then if you're on Facebook, you just share the video and that automatically enters you into the drawing. Now, if you entered last week and you won, you can still enter because you can still win. I believe we had one lady, I think Dion, that won 2 weeks in a row. So you can do that. So you want to make sure that you enter each and every week, okay? And then we also have a referral program because we know, Luminess Beauties, that you're talking about our airbrush makeup and how amazing it is. And so we want to basically reward you and the friends that you're referring. So we give a 25% discount for all the friends that you're referring. And then if they spend $50 or more, you're going to get a $50 credit. So it's, come on, it's great, easy money. You just refer friends, they're gonna get a benefit, and so will you. So don't wanna miss out on that. Now, again, what we do when we go over this, and guys, I wanna hear from you. I love just say, when people just say, hi, Heather. I love to know when you're here because we have the same people that come back each and every week, and I love that. So we try to change it up so it's not the same thing over and over because I know we all go through the starter kit and all that, and that's why we're bringing Alana back so you get to see the different ways we can airbrush as well. So I want to give a shout out to Susan, who's always on, both Susans, we have 2 Susans, and then also Sophie, hello Sophie, and they watch every single week to see what's going on and to see what products or how they can airbrush differently, because as long as you're getting the same result, you can do it different ways. And how Alana airbrushes, the order she airbrushes in is a little different than I normally airbrush in, but I'm gonna change that up. So we will change these up as we go along. But I just want you to show there's so many different options. And I always tell you each and every time that you're not going to be an expert the very first time you get on, okay? I'm gonna start taking off my makeup too. You're not gonna be the best the first time, okay? It's a learning curve, okay? So just know that the first time you do it, just count that as practice. But if you can use it at least 7 days straight, you will become an expert. It's just a matter of getting it into your hands and airbrushing. Now, I always say this, you learn from your mistakes. So if you're airbrushing and you're like, oh, that's what happened, I just get a mark on my face when I pull all the way back on the trigger. Okay, Heather's right. I don't need to pull back all the way on the trigger. So you will learn all these things. I can teach you, like, barely pull back on the trigger. Keep moving. Keep it 4 finger lengths away. Those are basics of airbrushing, but then once you get it, it'll become second nature, and you'll be like, why was I even nervous about airbrushing? Okay, Alana, come on in. She's already wiped. Okay. Yay! Okay, now, we're not gonna take off our eyes. I will do a little bit of eye demo just so you can see it. But for the most part, because I think we're going to have a lot of questions coming in that we want to get to. And then we want to show you the difference on airbrushing. All right? So you can now see my redness, lovely redness, and then a little bit of discoloration on Alana. So we will get started. Wait, we have a question. Jamie wants to know Alana's shades and if it took her a while to find her custom mix. And, oh, your color looks flawless.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jamie.
Put you out.
Actually, it did. It took me about 3 days when I, constant practice to find my perfect color match. I'm actually one that have to use 2 different shades. Initially, I was trying with 1 different shade, but as you can see, I'm more yellow in the middle of my face, and on the outside, I'm darker. So actually, what I do is I start out with the number 7, but then I actually end up mixing 7 and 9 to kind of warm my skin and match, my body. So I mix the 7 and 9.
And that's perfectly, that's an awesome example. Is you might not have the best color match at the very first time, and getting to know. I mean, nobody knows your face better than you do, so she knows that she's lighter here. And just as a makeup artist, you do want this, or not just a makeup artist, as a human being, a person walking around, I want this part of my face a little bit lighter to make it pop, to stand out, and then I can kind of do a little darker shade around there. So that's what we're going to do today to get started. So let's, everybody knows what's in their starter kit. You have all the stuff. You have the 4 foundations, moisturizer, primer, glow, blush, and bronzer. So we cover that each and every time, but I do want to move on so we can start with our moisturizer primer. Susan wants to see eyebrows today. Well, Susan, that's the one thing we're not going to do today. But I promise we will do it next week. I promise. I'll do the eyebrow stencils. I'm going to put some in yours. Okay. Eyebrow stencils, and then also our eyebrow pencils. So I'll do both of those to make sure I get that covered for you. Okay? So we're going to turn on our systems. Now, as soon as you turn them on, there's air that comes out. And so it's good for several different reasons. Bathrooms, number 1, are always hot. So it's a nice cool breeze on your face that you can just use. Because nothing is being released until you pull back on this trigger. So wherever you feel the air is where the product's going to go. Okay, so we'll start. We have to move over a little bit, we were told. All right, so now we're just going to spray. We only added like 2 or 3 drops. And the airbrush, the moisturizer primer is colorless. So it is the same for everybody. And you just want to get that all over. And you see Alana, she can move her hair out of the way. It's very precise. Wherever you're pointing the stylus is where the product's going, okay? Now with the moisturizer primer, there's no rhyme or reason, just get it all over. Go down your neck. And this is something that I think it feels amazing. It's nice and cool on your skin. You can even use this if, let's say, when you first got started, if you were a little heavy-handed, you can put it on after the makeup, and it'll help settle that in a little bit where it won't look so heavy or cakey. Or you can even use it at night. I've heard, we have a new program, the Heiress team, and I've talked to a couple of heiresses, and they say they use it at night. They'll sometimes just like if they're going to go work out or just, exercise, they'll just use the moisturizer primer because it really does moisturize your skin. It just feels good, and how you're putting it on is amazing. Because the things about airbrushing, or the highlights about airbrushing, is that it's a touchless application. So you don't have that constant pull on your face. So if you have acne-prone skin, sensitive skin, or anything like that, you're not going to irritate it, because we know we don't clean our brushes every day, and so you have that bacteria. I mean, that's a wasteland for bacteria. And so especially the sponges, those blenders, we're not cleaning those every day either. So that is, it just will create more trouble for your face. If you have that sensitive skin or acne-prone skin, it'll create more. So you just keep the touchless application. It's a nice breeze on your face, and it feels amazing. All right, so let's get into, we have a question coming in, but let's get into airbrushing. Now, what Alana was saying was that she uses a lighter color here, and so I'm going to fall along with her and do the same thing. So I'm between a 2 and a 3 right now because I haven't laid out as much as I want to. And so I'm going to use the 2 here, just like she's using the 7. All right, shake it up.
And the finish I am using will be the Silk.
Me
the Luminess
too.
Silk.
And I'm just putting a couple of drops in there. I actually probably put too many. And again, we're only concentrating in the center of the face. So like right here, almost where, I didn't see that question, by the way, almost where you're highlighting. So when you would do highlighting, you would highlight like a little bit on your forehead, down your nose, here, and here. So that's where, right here, right here, is. Probably not. But please, 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 make sure when you first start out, make sure you have good lighting and you do have a mirror. It's very, very important because we've all done our makeup with maybe not the best lighting and then walked outside and looked in our rearview mirror and was like, what did I do? It is the wrong color, I'm splotchy, all that. So make sure outside lighting is the best, but just have some good lights. Usually bathroom lights are really yellow. I always change mine out with reveal light bulbs because it gives the best light. That's just a side note. But you notice, like as we're airbrushing, we keep moving, we're barely pulling back on the trigger. And really, honestly, the first time, like that first pass that you make, you honestly don't see anything. It's that second and third pass when you are making that you're like, oh, okay. So like my redness, I can go in and cover that first. Kind of go in and hit those spots. How are you doing? Ooh la la. All right. So now we got, maybe, you know, we're concentrated in that area now, and you're gonna kind of blend it out. So Jamie, yes, you're right. Jamie said that she loves what she's wearing, a white shirt, so you can see that the airbrush doesn't get everywhere. And that's her biggest concern is when she bought her Legend, and that no one believes her that it's messy. You know, Jamie, that's so funny because that's a question I get all the time when I'm doing somebody's makeup is they're like, do I need to lay down a tarp? Or do I need to lay down No, this is not messy at all. Like Jamie said, you can see it doesn't get all over the shirt. It's not getting on, you know, our lashes, or my lips are still red. There's no overspray on there. Okay, now let's go ahead and add our next drop. I'm mixing 2 and 3 for my outside part.
And I'm mixing the 7 and 9.
And then to mix, you're gonna cover the tip here and then barely pull back on the trigger, and that's gonna mix everything for you. So again, Jamie, this is another reason why it doesn't get messy is because we're mixing those 2 colors in here, and you don't have to get it all over. You don't have to start like put it on your hand and mix them, or even put something like a Q-tip in here and stir it around. It'll do all that for you. It's called back bubbling, or I call it make chocolate milk because that's what it looks like. If you do that. Okay, so it's all mixed. And now you can start on the outside, but you are going to cover some of the inside as well to blend all that, okay? I love that we're getting all these questions. Will it cover acne scars? Yes, Ashley. Yes, it will cover acne scars. Now, if there's texture, it's not going to cover texture, but it will cover the scarring and discoloration. So you might want to try, if you have more to cover, you might want to try the Mystic. Our Mystic is a higher pigment load, and so like that would cover everything. So you wouldn't actually use as much because it is a higher pigment load. It has more pigment in it, and so you won't have to use as much, but it will cover that. If it's a texture issue, what you might want to look into is our -10, because that is kind of a filler that you can put on just on the acne scar and then airbrush over that. So that would help that a little bit as well. Now, I always get this question too, because I'm more mature, and I want to make sure I act. I said age, but not, I don't act.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so if you get creasing here, all you have to do, so like, I'll be like, ooh, okay, I can spray pretty close to underneath my eyes. Take your ring finger and go bloop, 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 and you can smooth that out. Or you can take a blending brush and just smooth it out, but do it immediately because the airbrush does dry really quick. Little things that, I've talked to some of the heiresses that are airbrushing, and they'll say, oh, well, I usually wait in between my passes to let it dry. If that's the case, then you're spraying too heavy. It dries instantly.
Yes.
So that first pass that you make, by the time you're going over it again, you're dry. I mean, like, there should be no drying time. Now, if you hear Alana's, hold that up there so you can hear it. So that means it's empty. So you can really hear a difference when it either you're empty, it's that dry sound. Okay, so Susan said Mystic works great, covers everything. And yes, Susan, you're right. Eraser is another great product. I'm going to just finish using this while I talk. Mystic is our full coverage, and then Eraser is something I would use to cover the redness here if I wanted to go in and cover the redness, and then I can airbrush on top of that. Now, our X Out does the same thing. It's mainly for under eyes, but you can use that all over your face, and that comes in different shades. So that comes in a fair, medium, and dark? Yes, okay. So, I'm going to finish up here, just because she's faster, I'm talking, and okay. So, doesn't her face look amazing? It's all evened out. We evened out her skin tone. We covered my redness. And it feels light. Doesn't feel heavy or cakey. It's really amazing how light it feels. I have people all the time go, it doesn't feel like I have anything on. And that's exactly how it should feel. It shouldn't feel heavy, cakey, or bleh, like you're going to melt off. I mean, it really does feel so light. All right, let's do the blush.
Let's do the blush.
We are both going to do Berry. And Berry, it doesn't come in the medium kit. I'm not sure what kit it comes in. I think it might come in the tan or the warm. But I wanted to show you I can use Berry and she can use Berry, okay? It's just a matter of how you put it on. And you're only, I put way too many drops. Only gonna put 2 drops because what happens if you use more than 2? Come on, you're gonna look crazy. All right, so 2 drops. If you're a blushaholic and you love blush, maybe just 1 more drop, maybe 3 tops. But if you use it until you can see it, then you're gonna look crazy. Now, with her skin tone, you can go a little heavier just because it'll show up deeper on her than me, where I just want like a little kiss of color where she can use a little bit more. Okay, so let's go ahead and then I'm gonna read this question. Now, when you're doing blush, you wanna come in a little bit closer because we're only hitting the apples of our cheek and moving back. My eraser doesn't dry on my face. It kind of bubbles up. So Trish, it shouldn't bubble up at all. So if I had to guess, you're spraying too heavy.
Yes.
So I would just say you almost want to spray lighter than you would with foundation. I mean, when I say light, it's just barely, because it should go on very smooth. And it should dry pretty instantly. So just super light. How's yours? Good. Add more.
Add more? Well, I like the plum as well, the number 9 in the blush, so I like the plum as well in the berry.
But you see, it will look good on everybody. You can use it on any skin type. And the other thing is, she's using number 7. I can even, when I want a deep contour, I can contour with number 7. So just to show you the different uses of that.
Let me see yours. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yours looks good. It's fun doing makeup with somebody else.
It is.
All right, so we did the blush, and then normally we have our glow, which is our highlighter. But today we're gonna do the Love, which is still it's a hydrating illuminator, so you can see the difference between the two. Hold on, let me do this. This is more flesh color, and this is just light, okay? So this is like super white. So actually, I'll use this one because I'm gonna use it as a brow highlighter to show you how to do the eyes, and then I'll have Alana do the Love. The Love on darker skin tones looks amazing because you can do it on your eyes. You can do it as a highlighter. She's gonna highlight down her nose and then this area here, and then I'm gonna do it here and maybe everywhere else. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. And you don't need a lot because remember, airbrush makeup, you're using 10 times less makeup. All right. So now I have mine in there. Do you have yours?
Make sure I get these.
Now, if you notice, we're not washing, like we're not cleaning our stylus in between. What I do, I just make sure it's empty. Like I blow it all the way out to make sure all the product's out before I add another product. And then before I spray it on my face, I just make sure that I don't know if you can see that's the color I'm getting. The glow's on there, which is super light. So I don't clean it until the very, very end. All right, go to town.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna do it as my brow highlighter right here, and then down my nose. La, la, la. You have to sing while you airbrush. La, la, la.
I don't know if I can do both at the same time. You're used to this. I know.
All right, go down my nose. And because we're concentrating again on certain areas, more precise areas, we are going to bring it in a little closer. And then if you notice when I'm doing the eyes, it's not getting on my eyebrow, but that movement I'm making is the same movement I would be making if I was doing a regular eyeshadow. I would back and forth, back and forth. Same thing here, back and forth, back and forth. Right, Lauren?
How does it look?
Very good.
How does it
Awesome. I really love, I love the love. I love love.
I can't.
Hey, Trisha, if that doesn't help you, if my answer didn't help you, email me at heatherlive@luminousair.com. Anybody can email me. And I can maybe walk you through it. We can FaceTime, or I can help you a little bit more with that, and we can figure that out. All right, I got my highlighter. You have your highlighter? Yeah. I could probably go in with more blush, but we won't.
Okay.
All right. You're gonna have to do this more because this is fun. She's so stressed out. It's okay.
She was supposed to.
I did. I forced her.
She did.
But we have so many people asking, like, is it good for African American skin? And hello,
it is. It's a wonderful product.
So it was very important that she come on and do this. She's our director of customer relations. And so she's around it all the time. Her department's the one that will answer all the questions when you call in.
Yes.
So you could say, hey, I saw Elena on Facebook and she said, just use her name. You can name drop.
You can name drop, yes. We definitely take care of all of our customers.
Definitely.
Like she said, I'm the director of customer relations. So if you have any questions regarding your airbrush makeup, your account, anything, we will get you taken care of. So please
They really are
reach
good.
out to us. We love you guys.
Yay! Well, I want to go over real quick because we touched base on color matching and how it took you a couple of times to. The big thing is use it. Get it in your hands. Put it on your face. The easiest way I tell people to airbrush is shake up your bottles, the 4 or 2 bottles that you get, hold them to your chest because I match everybody to their chest, and then I put a drop on my chest and see whatever one blends in. Now with Elena and how she does it, she knows that she's lighter here.
Yes.
So she can really match here, put a drop on your finger and put it on your face to see which one blends in so you can't see it. But the big thing is just keep trying. You will be able to find the perfect color match. We can either mix, like we're mixing colors, you can do it separately. I mean, you will be able to find it. And because I drink the Kool-Aid. I love airbrush makeup. And so, it's just amazing to me. And so I get excited about it. I know Elena's excited about it. And so I just want everybody else to be excited about it.
And one thing I just want to jump in there with what I noticed with, some of the customers, they just look at the bottle and think it's not going to work for them, or they'll try it one time and it doesn't look right. So then they give up and immediately, are afraid to use it again. But it just takes practice. This is a new way of doing makeup for a lot of women. So I'm telling you, if you just practice, our product is blendable, is buildable. You will definitely love this makeup. And I have very sensitive skin. And ever since I've been using Luminess Air, my skin is flawless. So it really is a great product. So just practice, give it a try. Don't be scared. I was scared at once, but I absolutely love it.
Yay.
And that's my 2 cents.
And that's her commercial for today. But anyway, I want to go over our Heather's picks real quick. And no, you can't leave. And because it's 4th of July, we're going to talk about, and we talked about this, I'm doing kind of a red, white, and blue theme. The white is going to be our gold metallic. I love this because this is also something, bless you, that you can use as a highlighter. You can use it on your eyes. Now that we have like 4th of July barbecues or whatever, this is beautiful outside. It can be on your legs, on your shoulders. You're wearing a bathing suit or maybe a halter top dress. You can put it on your shoulders. Amazing. You can even mix it with your foundation if you want to tweak your foundation a little bit. And then we have, which one is this called? I can't remember. Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, yes.
This is our lip stain. So if you want to live on the edge and really change it up, we have a blue lip stain. And if you tried our lip stains, you know they do not go anywhere.
All
So
day.
once you put it on, it's on. You can eat a hamburger and it's not coming off. And then what I have on is the Blood Moon lips. I'll put it on for you. Okay, so this is the Blood Moon. Now the key with this, because a lot of people think this is a little too orangey, what I do is I line my lips with a neutral color, and then I put the Blood Moon on, and then I have a clear gloss on over that. So you can change the look. You know, you don't have to add the gloss. I can deepen the look by, and kind of tone it out a little bit by the neutral lip liner. So really, guys, makeup's fun.
It is.
It should not stress you out, or you shouldn't be worried about it. This is fun. You get to create something. I mean, you're enhancing what's already there, but you just get to have fun with it. And that's what, I mean, especially with airbrushing, it should be fun. Because I know that I've had fun today. Have you had fun today?
I have had fun.
So we're going to have to rope her in for more times. She's like, oh, no. All right. So I want to go over the promo code. The promo code today is Heather4th, and it's the number 4TH for 4th of July. So you can use that for 25% off the most expensive order in your basket, so you don't want to miss out on that, and that's good for a week. Make sure you enter for the drawing of the $100 gift card and the $3 $25 gift cards. Feel free to email me at heatherlive@luminousair.com, and don't forget our referral program. You can make some money, and then your friends are going to get 25% off, okay? All right, y'all, this has been so much fun. I'm so glad she joined me today. Are you really? Are you going to kill me?
Actually, I am. I mean,
Okay.
I thought I'd be more nervous, but
It's just talking to me
made
for
it.
30
I
minutes,
made it.
right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you talk all the time. I made it.
I
I'm
do talk all the
excited.
time. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you back next week. Talk to you soon. Bye.